Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Kindness Advantage. I'm your host, Cindy Rowe, and in 10 minutes or less, I will explore ways to share kindness into every corner of your life. And today, we are going to dive into the powerful idea of legacy through kindness. Now, we might think of legacy in terms of accomplishments or accolades. And if I were to ask you, you know, what has been your most proud moment? What would you respond with? Would you respond about an accomplishment or an accolade? Or would you respond about how somebody grew through your leadership or that you were a part of success in their life? See, in leadership, your true legacy is how you treat people, how you make them feel, and whether your presence inspires a culture where others want to carry forward. So, today's episode, we're going to talk about the long term benefits of leading with kindness, how kindness creates a ripple effect of positive change, and how to embrace kindness as a leadership tool that helps you build something that lasts. So, let's get started, shall we? Here's something to think about. Research from Gallup shows that 70% of employees' engagement is influenced by their manager. That means how you lead, how you communicate, listen, and show up. It directly affects how connected your team feels. And guess what? Kindness plays a huge role in that connection. When leaders lead with empathy and respect, they foster trust, and that trust leads to better retention, stronger collaboration, and a more resilient culture. So let's talk about those long-term benefits of having kindness in leadership. There was a study or a report in 2023 from McKinsey found that organizations with strong people-focused cultures have 3 times greater employee retention. And another study that was published in the Harvard Business Review revealed that employees who feel their leader is compassionate are more productive, less likely to burn out, and significantly more loyal. So I think if you ever question whether kindness really does pay off in the workplace, it does. And it's not just how people feel, but how they perform and how long they stay. And there is a ripple effect, right? Kindness doesn't just stay within one team or department, it spreads. Think of how one encouraging message can shift a colleague's mood, which influences how they treat a client, which affects how the client talks about your company. That is ripple effect in action, and probably something that you've not really thought about. It's subtle, yet so powerful. And it's one of the most overlooked aspects of leadership. So, how do you build a kindness legacy? I have 3 ideas for you. Let's start with number 1. You need to model it, right? Especially in those tough moments. And that's why I talk a lot about being intentional with kindness, because in those tense, tough moments, it would become more of a natural response. Kindness during a crisis or a disagreement or a deadline actually shows character. Your calm becomes their confidence. Idea number 2 is recognize people, not just their output. I talk about this in my presentation. When is the last time you told somebody they did something right? Because you are always telling them what they've done wrong. what they've messed up on, right? According to another survey, organizations with recognition-rich cultures have a 31% lower voluntary turnover. People stay where they feel appreciated. And number 3, this idea is be intentional about your influence. You don't need to lead a company to lead a legacy. You just need to lead with your heart, day in and day out. And you might not always see the impact of your kindness, but it truly is there. Every time you pause to listen, every time you check in with empathy, every time you give someone the benefit of the doubt, you're not just leading, you're leaving something behind. And that something, well, it's a culture that people actually want to be a part of. It's a feeling that lasts a lot longer than a project or a paycheck. That's what legacy is. And I want to leave you with one final note. It's a quote from the incredible Maya Angelou. Your legacy is what you do every day. Your legacy is every life you've touched, every person whose life was moved by you. It's every person you've harmed or helped. That's your legacy. So thank you for joining me on the Kindness Advantage podcast. If you're looking to create long-term impact, remember, kindness isn't just how you lead, it's what you leave. Please share this episode with a friend or a coworker that needs to hear this message. And, comment on my post, comment on wherever you're watching this. I need your feedback too. I thank you so much for listening. Until next time, keep leading with heart. And remember that together we create waves of change through kindness.